Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-May right through to mid-June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using Gaia chimes to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? And let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know regarding their career path at this time? Can you please show them the way? What do they need to know about money and their situation there as well? Please illuminate what lies ahead. Well, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and I can see right now a volcano, okay, and it's erupting is what I can see. So this can indicate that perhaps you're leading with your passions at this moment in time. Perhaps there's an idea that's been bubbling up and suddenly you are, allowing it to move forward. There is an energy here of you solidifying maybe new pathways. Perhaps you're discovering a new way of doing something. You could be restructuring at this time. So please take it as it resonates. It could also indicate some of you have been like dormant for a little while. It can be that you have all the ideas and they're bubbling up to the surface, and the next 6 weeks could be instrumental to you kind of like letting those creative juices flow in some way to solidify your future with regards to some sort of structure. So it could be a financial structure. We have intuition with the moon energy. We have a bouquet. Okay, so this can indicate that you are blossoming in your career. It's hard, but I definitely see here that you're invested. And we have the snowflake, so that can indicate that you are unique. You're doing something different, bold and daring, and maybe even delicate. But it is something really interesting because we have that snowflake, which is delicate, and then we had that volcano, which is very powerful. And, it can mean that something that is fluid right now, like an idea or a process, can become something that's solid, that settles in some way. So please take it as it resonates. I'm going to move forward and get all of your cards first there, but the moon card can indicate that you have a dream. And of course, because you care so much about that dream, you could feel a little bit nervous or anxious there. You're not sure how it's going to go, but you can see that you are working hard, you're diligent, you're dedicated, and you are going to make progress there. I definitely see here you're going to be organized and structured, especially since you have the snowflake. Maybe even a very unique structure. So it could be that you're doing something a little bit different in the next 6 weeks. We got the moon card twice. Something hidden comes to light. A lot of you may actually get an invitation as well in your industry, either an invitation to network, or it could be a team building exercise. Please apply it to your industry. Everybody's going to be doing something different, of course, but it could be something hidden comes to light, something that's really exciting and different, and it kind of sets you apart. Ace of Cups, there is definitely some sort of new offer or opportunity. The universe is stepping in to make sure that you align with an opportunity. I'm excited because your first card in this deck is the Four of Cups. And if you know the Four of Cups, it can indicate that, you know what, work, it's the same old thing, just a different day, and you're wondering how it's going to be different. But, you know, if you know the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a figure sitting underneath a tree. Their arms are closed off. They're looking at the three cups that are in front of them, and they're like, okay, you know, I'm feeling a little bit dissatisfied. It's the same old thing. I've been there, done that. And it can feel a little bit like just not apathy. It feels like you're doing something on autopilot. You're just a pro at what you do. Look at that. You got the star. You naturally shine. But it can also indicate that you want something new. You're trying to perhaps reimagine what you're doing. You know, on that traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the Four of Cups, there is a very turbulent cloud, you know, on a very blue sky. So it can indicate that you've been through some challenging times. And suddenly there is a hand that pops out of that cloud and offers you opportunity. And I feel excited because that opportunity is arising for you. Some of you, that could be a promotion, or it could be an opportunity to do something, a project, figurehead something for some of you, or it could be an idea, a dream. Some of you may even have like a vision or a psychic flash where suddenly you just know what to do, and the universe aligns with that opportunity. If you can think it and dream it to life, it can happen. It can become material on the physical plane. So this is a great time for you to shine. I feel like you're not giving up on something, but also I feel something that is challenging will be hard won, but you will win it. You will achieve your goal, but it was hard to get to that place in the first place. Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, another ace. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. We got two aces here. I mean, what's not to love about your reading? Ace of Cups, something that you feel is a dream opportunity is coming in. And of course, Ace of Pentacles, you're aligning yourself with more wealth. Some of you could be launching, you know, some new aspect of your business if you work for yourself, or this is something that's offered to you that actually helps you bring in new money. For some of you, this could be second streams of income as well. It could be that you are doing something unique that sets you apart from other people, and it aligns you with being recognized for your hard work, and you're making an impact in your industry, and things are starting to take shape. But your first card is the Moon. Now I have to acknowledge it because the Moon card can be a withdraw energy. So some of you, if you've come to this reading and you have been made redundant, or you lost your job, or had to walk away from something that was draining your energy and it just wasn't fulfilling, and it wasn't really recognizing your gifts and your talents because you shine, okay? The Moon is a draining energy. It cannot shine all by itself. You know, it requires a celestial body like the sun to illuminate it. So it can be that if you are, you know, experiencing loss in your industry right now, I definitely see that there is a hidden opportunity, something that you have not received yet coming your way. So I would say there's some offers on the table. Nine of Wands is a card of questioning. Be cautious about these opportunities. Both are really great, but one of them is more fulfilling than the other. So it could be that if you're looking for more money, then of course you're going to take the one that has more money. It can come with more responsibility, be a little bit more of a serious role, maybe more administrative in its task-based responsibilities. And the other one could pay you a nice amount of money, but it could be more emotionally rewarding, fulfilling, or it could, you know, open up new doors and be a role that could be a little bit more fluid in terms of you having new opportunities in the future, an opportunity to staircase, for example, whereas one role feels very much like that's the role and that's the role that you'll be in, and there's no room for maneuver there. So it depends on what you want, really. But if you're looking for a new role and you're interviewing at this time, remember what is unique about you. Remember what you bring to the table that other people don't have. Yes, the job market is a very competitive arena, but you outshine the competition. I got to be honest with you, with the cards that I'm seeing here and the energy that's coming through, and I feel like you could actually be offered both roles if you're interviewing for different positions, and then you'll have a choice. But the Nine of Wands, it indicates, you know, uncertainty about one and reevaluating what's important to you before you take that next step. You know, be careful in the steps that you're taking, or take a careful look at the paths that are in front of you, because one of the paths, you know, it may be a different path, but it is more rewarding, more fulfilling, and will lead to more prosperity. But it requires your investigation there, okay? Because the moon is to look below the surface as well. So I would say that. But if you're currently out of work and you're looking for a new role, you may be looking at the job market and feeling a bit fed up with that Four Cups energy. You're like, oh, there's nothing fulfilling here, or it's not paying the money that you deserve with the talents and skills that you have. But there is going to be a dream job offered. I would say 2 where you're like, this is what I'm talking about. And then one of them is like, that's the one. Okay, so I definitely see here you will have options. Now, moving away from that energy with a lot of love and respect, even if you're putting your resume out there and you're in a role right now, because some of you could be feeling a little bit bored or a little bit like fed up with your circumstances. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like you're very passionate person. You know, you have the star, which means that you are someone who is really great at what you do. You have star power. You outshine competition, as I mentioned, and it can also indicate that you're inspired and you have lots of wonderful new ideas, but there may be some aspects of your industry that are disappointing or dissatisfying at this time, which is calling you to reevaluate in some way. Because the moon card, this is about being intuitive in the next steps in your career, being in the flow, but it's an ebb and flow card. And also, you know, it can indicate that you're feeling a bit uncertain about the trajectory of your industry. So it doesn't have to be about like you per se. It can be that you're out there shining your light, right? But the circumstances are draining. It can indicate that no matter what you've been doing, you've been working really hard, investing all of your energy into something. It just feels like you're somehow in the same place, or you feel that it's draining. Right? So, for example, you may be at the top of your game doing what you're doing, whatever it is, whether you work for a company or for yourself or you're an entrepreneur. And it can indicate that economically the market is really challenging right now. Yeah. So it can indicate that no matter what you're doing, the circumstances, you know, it's hard to move forward because there is lack or there is some sort of like economic volatility that is influencing your industry. A lot of you with the moon energy, you could be noticing that there are some redundancies in your industry, maybe not in your sector for some of you, but there could be, or you may hear about that. Maybe you're witnessing some companies downsizing or closing, for example, and you're just feeling a bit nervous or anxious about it. But looking at your energy, I feel like you've got options, and I feel like you're in a really good position to secure where you're at as well, because the Nine of Wands is to defend your position, and it indicates that you are someone who you bring your A game and you go above and beyond. But you may have like a lack of confidence in your industry or in your environment right now because you're doing so much of the hard work and you're so strong and you have so much experience. It's like you could run things on your own, basically. So some of you may be contemplating that, thinking, well, I'm already doing this. Why not set up my own business? So some of you could be doing that right now. It'll be very lucrative for you, but you may be a little bit cautious because you feel economically things don't look perfect. You know, the time will never be perfect, of course. There'll always be a set of circumstances that make you question or wonder, but, you know, you don't want to really sit there and regret. So I feel a lot of you could be taking a punt and doing something really unusual and different, and you're just launching it. You're going to go for it. And I feel, yes, you're going to feel the fear and do it anyway. You may be uncertain as to how it's going to work out, but these two aces tell me it's going to be very successful, very unique, very different there. And the Nine of Wands, it indicates that, you know, you protect yourself with this. You know, this is a card of independence or dedicating yourself to an independent working environment, standing on your own 2 feet and doing your own thing. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Yes, it's going to be hard because you're going to be doing everything yourself, but I feel it's something that really will expand your reach and be very successful long term. Now, of course, the moon can indicate you may be feeling a bit sensitive as well there. Some of you may be looking at, you know, healthier boundaries in the working environment, making sure that you don't burn yourself out because this is a draining card. A lot of you, you know, you're still bringing your A game and being optimistic even though you're exhausted. So it can mean that you need to readdress the balance in some way. And because you have the Four Cups, some of you may need to hydrate a little bit more. So it could be that you're dehydrated and it's making you feel a little bit more exhausted than usual there. But it says here intuition, dreams, emotions, fears, fantasy, creativity, mood swings, and the unseen. So a lot of you are in a very creative phase right now, inspired, sparking with new ideas. Definitely pay close attention to these ideas because I feel like they are really unique and they can make you more money. Some of you have a talent here that you haven't really fully invested in or utilized. You could hone this a little bit more and it could be a second stream of income. These two aces are definitely second stream of income energies. What I'm seeing here with these, because you have the moon, if you know the moon card, you know, the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's often a dog and a wolf on the moon card, and the dog represents comfort, you know, luxury, companionship, longevity, loyalty in a working environment. But the wolf represents independence, you know, doing your own thing and perhaps going off and exploring options. So some of you, this Ace of Pentacles could be a steady income that you have already coming on in, something that you're invested in already. There's going to be some opportunities in that arena as well, but this could also be a vision of something new, maybe even independent, that will multiply your wealth. So you could be doing second streams of income or having some sort of side hustle. A lot of you, these are launching cards. So either you could be launching a new way of approaching your working environment or even launching new aspects to branch out in your industry, and you know, you could lucratively you know, build wealth there, because I feel there's a structure here happening for you. Now, the Four of Cups, you know, this can be the same old thing, just a different day. It just feels like there's this moment of being uninspired, but you've got the aces and you've got the star energy here as well. So this can indicate that there are going to be lots of like sudden bursts of inspiration and ideas there. So I feel like you are going to be surprised with some of the things that you think about over the next coming weeks. I mean, you're very intelligent, and I feel that you are someone who has very high IQ is what I'm being given. So that's what my guides just said there. And I would say that don't be surprised by these ideas. They're coming from your higher self, and they are something that is going to help you blossom there as well. Now, the Four of Cups indicates surprise, and the star is a wish. So I would say you're aligning yourself with something that you've been working hard towards accomplishing, but also something that you've been wishing for. And the moon can indicate that, yeah, it's been exhausting getting to this position, but you're going to reach some sort of milestone that you're going to be so proud of yourself with there. But sometimes the Four of Cups can be a new outlook or a new option or a new direction. So you could be either migrating your skills in a different direction. Some of you, because we have the moon there, it can be overseas. So you could be actually utilizing an online social media platform to expand your reach or market what you do. For some of you, it could be that you're actually deciding to go overseas and look at better wealth opportunities, or maybe going to different, you know, environments. There could be some sort of relocation energy there as well. But the Four of Cups can often represent this autopilot energy. So it can be that some of you are inspired to think of ideas where you could create passive income, something that you generate, you work really hard on right now, and it just, you know, ticks on over in the background and brings you in automatic wealth, like passive income. This could be through real estate. It could be through an idea that you put online, something that's downloaded or sold or multiplied in some way. Replicated is what I'm being given. So I feel a lot of you have so many unique ideas right now that you need to really hone on to a couple of them, prioritize them, and then run with that as well. I mean, the star energy indicates a lot of you being recognized for your skill set, for your talent. Some of you could literally win an award or a prize as well. And for some of you, you could feel it's been a long time coming because you've invested so much of yourself in whatever it is that you do that you're fed up going unnoticed or unappreciated there. But the star indicates a renewal of hope and a brighter future to look forward to, but also you being in the spotlight. So I would say here, some of you, if you want to be in the public eye, there is something unique about you. Really hone that aspect of yourself and, you know, run with it. I feel like you could be offered like a dream job opportunity that thrusts you into the public eye. If you're an influencer online, for example, it could be something that, you know, you go viral on. For some of you, this could be you literally launching yourself from obscurity to fame. an unknown becoming really known. So this could also be your industry, that whatever it is you're doing, it's a niche, and you're carving out, a name for yourself, your reputation, where, you're doing something different that other people are not doing. And suddenly everybody is watching you or wants to know about your business or your service that you provide that is unique to you. And, that makes you very, very successful. The star energy, it basically means that you're also locking on to better financial opportunities long term, and your future self will thank you for all the effort that you're making right now. It feels very much like you're doing all the heavy lifting right now, or the hard work right now, and it's going to blossom and grow. We have the bouquet. Okay, now this is in the resistance position, so this can indicate for some time things have been stagnant, or you feel it's just, a repetitive cycle, a routine, a habit, and you're dedicated to something, but you may not have seen growth in some area, but suddenly everything starts to flourish. I mean, a lot of you, this card is you asking yourself, are you happy with what you do? Now, of course, there's always going to be different aspects of what you do that you don't particularly love doing. So with that moon energy, you could think about outsourcing those so you can be more creative, or delegating in some way. But also, I feel this card, it even says invitation there. It says a gift, joy, beauty, happiness, blossoming, appreciation. Oh, as I said, you're going to be appreciated there. Invitation and attention. So the attention that you have not been getting in your industry, now you're going to be getting that attention, because anything that's in the resistance position like that, it will go into the upright. And this is a Jupiter card, which means you're expanding on opportunities and wealth, and you're growing your skill set, but also you're being seen for your dedication and hard work, and it will pay off for you there as well. I do see an invitation, I think I mentioned this, to join some sort of like really prestigious group. So it could be like, I'm just trying to think what it could be. So for example, if you are an entrepreneur, right, it could be that you get an invitation to the Entrepreneur of the Year Awards, for example. For some of you, if you are a performer, it could be that you get a job that lands you an invitation to the Oscars, or to a prestigious governing body, for example. For some of you, if you are a caterer, it could be that you are invited to a very prestigious banqueting event where either your services are required, or there's an award there for your culinary skills. So please apply it to your situation. I just feel some of you are in alignment for some sort of recognition, award. I mean, it could even be that if you run a restaurant, for example, and you put yourself up for some sort of competition, it could be that you're awarded like Michelin stars, or you get some sort of award from a governing body that puts your restaurant in the local paper or magazine. A lot of you also, no matter what you do, you could be promoting your work or marketing your skill set at this time, and it really nourishes and grows your visibility in your industry, is what I'm being given there. But I definitely see here that a lot of you are looking for that missing ingredient in your industry, and although you're drained, you're shining your light no matter what. We do have the moon card in the resistance position as well, but it will go into the upright. Something hidden is come to light for you, so this could be a new pathway, because the moon often represents a pathway that is hidden, is now made clear for you, and suddenly you know which direction to head in, or if you're problem solving, suddenly the information comes to light for you there as well. But also, because the moon is there, it could mean that you have been showing up for work no matter what you do, and you may be going through some sort of like fluctuation in your hormones, for example. If you're going through the menopause, it could be that you've had a bit of brain fog, and you're really kind of keeping an eye on the changes there. And it can be that over the next coming weeks and months, you identify how to balance those symptoms or manage them more effectively. Some of you, could be that you have a vitamin deficiency and you've just felt a little bit low energy, or it could be down to water. The amount of water that you consume, and it could be that you readdress that balance, because The moon, it is also connected to water and the magnetism energy. And of course, it could be that, in order for something to grow, you need to nourish it. So you could be prioritizing certain things this month that you really want to flourish. And you may revisit something that perhaps you have on hold that deserves a little bit more of your attention at this time, just to get everything in order. Now, the Ten of Cups, it's in the resistance position at first, so there could have been some conflict in your working environment, or some problems there that you will resolve over the next coming weeks and months. If you work for yourself and you run your own business, it could be lonely at the top. Success requires a lot of energy for you, a lot of focus, and you may have been making a lot of sacrifices, and it's hard right now, but those sacrifices will pay off, and you will thank yourself. Your future self will literally thank yourself, and it may even benefit you and your family, because there's something really abundant here. Ten of Cups is good fortune and well-being. A lot of you are also very accomplished already, and now it's about enjoying it, exploring with what works, maybe even replicating what you do in order to keep it moving forward. I do see, even if you work in a company, there are some unique opportunities that will come your way, but some of you may be loyal to a company that you're in right now, even if you're feeling a little bit uninspired and it's just kind of like a structure and you're just showing up and you're committed to your routine. Some of you, you may feel a little bit conflicted about moving to a new company or a new area, but I feel, looking at the energy, you're going to find opportunities that are right for you. And of course, you may decide to leave an industry or a place where you felt that you kind of fit, but you long for more. Okay, and you're just diversifying your skill set and opening yourself up to grow within your industry. So I feel it could be a very good move for you, but intuitively you will be brought to the right moment to make that leap. Now, some of you may actually work for the family business, and if there has been conflict there, some of you may have had some new ideas on how to help your industry or your business move forward and flourish during challenging times. And for some of you, if you work in the family industry or business, it could be that there's been some pushback on some of your new ideas. But in time, I feel if you give it a moment, push forward with it. I feel with that 10 of Wands, you're not giving up on these ideas. I feel like you're really moving forward with them. I feel that whoever is pushing back on it will actually see that you are right, that these ideas will really help things move forward, and you're staying ahead of the game or ahead of the competition there as well. But if you are searching for a missing ingredient or something to make you feel a little bit more happy that you're growing, if you feel like, your skill set has stagnated in some way, you may actually have some sort of communication or appraisal with a boss. If you work for a company, on how to invest in your skill set, you may actually decide to upskill at this time. There's a reinvestment in self and skill set over the next 6 weeks there. And for some of you, this could be you. If you work for yourself, you may decide to learn more about something that you feel would make things easier for you, or is that missing ingredient for your industry or your career, and it makes you feel truly happy indeed. This card means whatever you're paying attention to, you will see the most growth. And I feel there is a sense of fulfillment that you're going to get a lot done. And this is you celebrating yourself that, you've been making some moves and you're seeing things flourish and thrive now, even though things have been challenging. Now, we do have that snowflake, okay? So it can literally mean something fragile becomes a little bit more solid and stable there. So if that was your finances, it could be that, there is some new money coming in, or perhaps you're being able to save or get on top of your repayment plans and save a little bit more money. But because I saw like a volcano earlier, and we got the moon card twice, and we have snowflake, which is fragility, it could be that there's a lot of tension and sensitivity is running high. There could be, a very combustible kind of conflict or a challenge. Maybe someone challenges you on something, or you have to challenge someone on something, but you're staying with your convictions, and I feel like you're staying true to your morals. I feel like you're standing up for something that you believe in, and I feel this puts you in a really great position. You really are a force to be reckoned with there, okay? Also, I feel someone could be a little bit snappy. The 9 of Wands there could be a little bit of a wounded warrior energy. It's like you're doing the best at what you're doing right now, and the circumstances are challenging, and you may feel that you're not appreciated for that, but I feel this person who's a little bit snappy, they will offer an apology because they acknowledge that you're bringing your A game and you're doing the best with the circumstances that you got. I feel this person is also under pressure, but that doesn't give them an excuse. But there could be a little bit of snappy behavior there as you move into June, okay? Now it says here different, unique, fragile, clarity, impermanence, individuality, and complexity. So some of you could be launching something new that is quite complex, or you're working on something that's complex, but actually I feel like you're going to be really proud of yourself because you work it out, you complete it, and you're very organized and structured to make it happen for you. Even if something that you're trying to launch, whether it's a new business or a new financial structure, or you're trying to do something different with your business at this time, at first it may feel complex and it may make you feel like, ooh, a little bit uncertain as to whether you should approach it. But once you're in the middle of it and you're making it happen, it's easy, okay? It's about having the courage to approach it and say, okay, yeah, I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be complex, but I'm the right person for the job to make it happen. So I feel like you are going to do something really unique, bold, and daring that sets you apart in your industry or your career and brings a lot of success and reward there. Now we have that Nine of Wands. This could be you burning the candle at both ends. So just watch that there. I feel it's cautious energy, and you could be reevaluating something. You know, these two cards can be a decision making progress as well. As I said here, that a lot of you could be, choosing one thing over the other. You have to let go of something in order to embrace something else, but both are equally rewarding. I feel like you get the best deal. If you're going up for interviews, I would say don't allow a lack of confidence to dissuade you from roles that you feel like you have to learn on the go. So there could be like a skill set that perhaps you don't have on the job spec on something that you are about to receive as an opportunity, but don't let that put you off, because I feel like they really love you and they want to hire you, or the opportunity, it's meant for you, and you can actually learn as you go, okay? Now, the Nine of Wands can indicate that some of you may be taken unawares with a very unique situation, but I'm not really sure what that is. I'll pull a card on it, but I feel like you have the skill set, the talent, and the know-how to deal with this. So it could be that suddenly something arises that requires your expertise and you deal with it, no problem, okay? But the Nine of Wands can be to be taken unawares on something, but because you have two aces there, it feels like you bring your A game. So for example, someone could make a mistake and you uncover that mistake and you're like, what? And then you work it out and suddenly, you deal with it. I mean, you got the Star, so you see something clearly. Oh my gosh, look, even in a different deck, you've got the Star and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is you locked onto sorting something out or problem solving and really bringing your A game there and working it out. A lot of you with the Star energy and the Ace of Pentacles, this is you keeping an eye on your finances, but growing your wealth, looking at new opportunities, and it could be a startup. Start of new fortune. For some of you, if you work for a company, it could be that you're singled out for a bonus or some sort of like service award, something you have to offer, is going viral or being seen, or it's a dream job opportunity that sees your reputation increase and it feels like a wish come true. But you worked hard for this. People may not see the amount of effort that you put into making this happen, but I can't believe you're getting like the same cards, even in a different deck. It highlights there's success, there is alignment, and there is prosperity. It can indicate as well that you are aligning yourself with success, and you're going to have the resources to make it happen, and you're making an impact in your industry, and you're not giving up on something. These two aces, they're offered. It's going to be fulfilling both emotionally and financially for you, whatever this is. And I feel like this is the start of something very exciting for you. For some of you, this could be a new client. Could also be like a new way of working or a new tool that helps you. And it just feels like it's a fresh new start. Things get easier for you in some way. So I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. We have Keep Swimming. You're getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. And I definitely see that that's something that you're going through. We've got Work Together. Ooh. And we've got Commitment. And my guides want one more, so I'll shuffle one more time. Okay. So we have Keep Swimming. Okay, so this is about that fluid energy that I was mentioning earlier. Okay, you're remaining flexible, doors are opening. It says here you're in the flow. It says you're getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. Okay, so there is a process, but you're well on your way, is what I see there. Also, we've got work together. Okay, so this could be an alliance or a partnership. It didn't really show up in your reading, but because there's two aspects there, this could be like a social media platform, or it could be, someone who has great influence on your next steps, or it could also indicate that you're actually migrating your skills, blending all those aspects of self in order to create something really special and unique. But it says here, a successful partnership or collaboration is highlighted, pooling resources. Okay, so I would definitely say that you're going to have the tools or the skill set to make something happen, but there could be a strong alliance coming in here, whether you're networking or whether this is someone you know already. It hasn't shown up in the reading, so I got to be honest with you there. But what I do see here, that you are going to attract people to your business or magnetize opportunities towards you where you can harmonize and feel really complete in your working environment. Some of you may even get a new contract there as well, but it says commitment, accept a position that helps you build lasting security, long-term stability. And you got that star and the Ace of Pentacles twice. Okay, so I definitely see there is an opportunity coming on in here to build long-term wealth, or a new idea that you have that you're committing yourself to that will be the start of multiplying your wealth there as well, a new stream of income. And finally, we actually have great influence. We have a staircase, so you're elevating. There are steps, necessary steps that you need to take in order to elevate and build your empire, because I definitely see a lot of you are locked on to building your empire. And it says here, you are getting a higher position with a lot of power. You're going to the top. And I definitely see here that you are headed in the right direction. You're headed towards the top. And of course, it can be lonely at the top sometimes there, but I feel like you will build strong alliances along the way. Networking and people who are in your industry are important to build strong alliances for support there. But you're destined for great things ahead. So I'm very excited for you there. Just going to go and get a trinket or rune. Look at that. We've got a heart. Okay, and there's a flame. So this can indicate that you're following your passions, you're following your heart. And the barbed wire, this can be protection. You've got that Nine of Wands, so I'd say protect your energy, especially if there's any naysayers or people who tell you you cannot do something. Just because they could not do it doesn't mean you can't do it. I see a lot of success for you. And normally people, who are haters, who are, negative about what you're doing, they normally hate in you what they feel like they lack in themselves. So just keep on shining your light. That's what you're doing. Keep on shining. So I feel something that perhaps also is hard won. It shall be yours. You're not giving up on it, and I feel like you're making great strides to accomplish your goals. And you're going to see progress in the next 6 weeks. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you, my beautiful Aries. Thank you so much, and love and light.